My foster parents kicked me out of the house because I no longer received the allowance. I have decided to face this. I never thought it would happen to me. 1 minute, everything's fine. And then, without warning, I'm told to pack up and leave. It's just crazy. This morning, I got a bombshell from the people I had thought of as my parents for over a decade, the Peters. My foster family. They told me I had to move out by the end of the week. That's 4 days from now. 4 days. I didn't see it coming at all. I know the moment I turned 18, everything would change. But I thought the Peters were different. I was taken from my biological family when I was 7. They couldn't care for me, and I was thrown into foster care. I never understood why. But when I was placed with the Peters, things started to feel like home. They were good to me. I was young, and they treated me like their own. I called them Mom and Dad. They were always there for me, and they had their biological son, Timmy, who was like a brother to me. It wasn't perfect, but we made it work. For years, I felt like I belonged in their family. I wasn't adopted, but that didn't bother me. I knew they were getting paid for fostering me, but it didn't matter. They always told me that legal papers didn't define family, and I believed them. But I'll be honest, I didn't realize how much they relied on that allowance until today. I went on their agency website earlier, just out of curiosity. I found out that they were getting paid around £2.40 a month for me. Yeah, that was a pretty big number. But when I turned 18, they stopped receiving that full amount. However, they applied for a staying put arrangement for me, which meant they'd continue getting some money, like £1.0 a month, until I turned 21. This would allow me to stay with them while I finished university. At least that's what I was told. They told me everything was fine and I'd be there for the long haul. I was even going to start university soon. But today, everything flipped. They sat me down, and it was like a knife to the chest. They told me that fostering was a business and that they couldn't afford to keep me under the staying put arrangement anymore. They said they needed to make room for a new foster placement. And that was it. No discussion. They told me I had 4 days to leave. They said it wasn't personal, which didn't help at all. How could it not be personal when they were basically kicking me out? They said they'd still consider me like a son, but not their son anymore. And they want to stay in touch. Yeah, right, sure. They have a 25-year-old son who gets to stay. But I, an 18-year-old with no income and no job, am being forced out. I guess that's me. Just another kid who was never truly wanted. I never really belonged in their family. Honestly, I'm still in shock. I haven't slept more than 2 hours last night, and everything's a blur right now. I just feel like I'm floating through life. So far, I've contacted my personal advisor. He's going to meet with me at 1:30, and hopefully, he can help me figure out what to do next. He said he'd try to find emergency accommodation for me, so at least I don't end up on the streets. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm praying. I'll have somewhere to go soon. A lot of people have been telling me that the Peters can't just kick me out with 4 days' notice. I don't know if that's true, but I'm definitely going to ask my advisor about it. I'm not going to leave until I have somewhere safe to go. I can't just be thrown out like this. I also contacted my university. I have an offer, but it's conditional. I need to meet certain A-level requirements. And since I'm not technically a student yet, I don't know what kind of support they'll give me. I'll find out soon, I guess. At least I have some money saved up, and I've already started looking for a job. I should be okay financially for a little while, but I don't know what's going to happen in the long term. My personal advisor and I had a long meeting, and he was really sympathetic. He was upset about how the Peters were treating me, but he also gave me hope. After our meeting, I went to grab some food while he spoke to the Peters. He came back with good news. First off, he's putting me on the list for social housing, and I should have a place of my own soon. They'll help with rent and even provide some money for furniture. That's a huge relief because I didn't know where I was going to live. The Peters have agreed to let me stay with them until the end of August, which buys me some time. I'm not entirely comfortable staying here, but I don't want to be homeless either. if things get too tense. My advisors said they could move me to a youth hostel, but I'd rather stay here for now. At least I don't have to worry about finding a place to sleep tomorrow. My advisor also said that the Peters will continue getting the staying put allowance until I officially move out, and after that, it will be stopped. But things with my best friend, Jamie, are a mess right now. We had a huge argument. He told me I was being ungrateful, and I felt like I was being attacked. I never expected him to say that to me, and it really hurt. I'm hoping that after I've had some sleep, we can talk it out. I really need him. But right now, everything feels like it's falling apart. I don't even know how to process everything right now. I just had a call from Claire, the woman who raised me as a foster mom. She was crying, saying she had no idea how I felt and how sorry she was. She begged me to come back. I don't know how to feel. She threw me out, and now she's crying. It feels manipulative. She said she loved me and wanted me to come home, but I just couldn't listen to it. I hung up and blocked her, but now I feel guilty. Maybe I'm the bad person in all of this. I just want to put everything behind me and move on. I can't keep getting pulled back into this emotional mess. So much has happened in the past few days. And honestly, I'm still processing it all. I thought I was doing okay, but everything just keeps piling on. It's like every time I think I'm getting a grip on the situation, something else happens. I'm trying to stay strong, but sometimes it feels impossible. I'm going to start with the most important update, my biological family. I was always told that they didn't want me, that they couldn't care for me. They gave me up when I was just 7 years old. I had to adjust to being in foster care. But over time, I made a life with the Peters. I thought I found stability, but now it feels like I was just a project for them. I wasn't even their real kid, not in the eyes of the law or anyone else. That's how they made me feel. They kept telling me that fostering wasn't about money, but now I know the truth. It was about the allowance. When I turned 18, that check stopped coming in full, and all of a sudden, everything shifted. They acted like I wasn't even worth their time anymore. They didn't even care enough to give me a chance to get my footing before pushing me out the door. They threw me away when the money dried up. And that's not even the worst part. Their biological son, who's 25, is allowed to stay without question. That right there just made me feel worthless. But it's not just them, it's everything. My past, my family, and now, this. I feel like no matter what I do, I'll always be the kid who is discarded. They all tell me I'm part of their family, but I've never truly felt like I was. I've just been waiting for the day when they'd find a reason to cut me out. And today, that day came. After the whole shock of being kicked out, I decided to start contacting people who could actually help. My personal advisor has been great. He's the one who's been trying to pull the strings for me behind the scenes. I'm really grateful for him. He's managed to get me on the list for social housing. And even though it's not an immediate fix, it's something. I don't have to panic about being homeless for the time being, and that's a huge relief. It's been a whirlwind, and my emotions are all over the place. But at least I have some sort of plan now. The advisor has even mentioned that they'll help me with rent and getting furniture for my new place when it becomes available. That's definitely a good start, but everything still feels off, like something's missing, like this doesn't feel real. The Peters have agreed to let me stay with them until the end of August, which means I have a bit more time before I officially have to leave. But honestly, I don't want to stay here. I can't stand the thought of continuing to live under their roof after everything that's happened. Every day feels like a reminder of how much they've failed me. They want to pretend like everything's fine, like they didn't just throw me out of their lives. But I can't forget that. Not now. Let's talk about Jaime for a second. He's my best friend, or at least I thought he was. I never expected him to turn on me like he did. He said I was being ungrateful, and it completely caught me off guard. It felt like a punch in the gut. I thought Jaime understood me, that he would be the one person who would get what I'm going through. But when he said that, I just didn't know how to process it. I've been talking to him for years about how difficult my life has been, how much I've struggled, and now he's accusing me of being ungrateful. It stung so much that I couldn't even look at him the same way anymore. I was already in shock from being kicked out by the Peters. And this was like another blow to my already fragile state. I didn't know how to respond at first. I just wanted to get away from him. We had a huge argument, and I honestly don't know how to fix it. Maybe I overreacted, but I was exhausted. I had no energy left to fight for him to understand. So, I blocked him. I just couldn't deal with it. I'm hoping that when I've had some rest, we can talk things through. I really don't want to lose him, but right now, I feel so lost and alone. It's hard to keep fighting battles on all fronts when you feel like no one's truly there for you. It's been a few days, and I haven't heard from the Peters since that whole conversation. I've been trying to keep my distance, but today, I got a call from Claire. Yeah, that's right, my so-called foster mom. She called me crying, saying she had no idea how much I was struggling. She apologized and begged me to come back. I don't even know what to think anymore. I'm confused, hurt, and honestly, a little angry. Claire's the one who kicked me out. She made it clear that it was a business decision, and now she's crying. She wants to make everything better now that I'm gone. It doesn't feel real. It feels manipulative. I told her I couldn't just forget everything that happened. I hung up on her, and then she started texting me, but I blocked her too. I couldn't deal with it. I feel like I'm the one who's in the wrong for blocking her, but honestly, I can't bring myself to go back to that place. That person. She wasn't there for me when I needed her the most. And now, when it's too late, she's crying and begging me to come back. It's just too much. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should forgive her. But right now, I don't know if I can. I don't even know if I want to. So, I'm stuck in this weird limbo. I have some options, but it still feels like I'm just floating around without a solid foundation. The social housing list gives me some hope, but it's not immediate, and the idea of staying with the Peters until August makes my stomach turn. I don't know what to do next. I'm just trying to take things one step at a time, but it's hard when I feel like I'm fighting everyone. The Peters, Jamie, Claire. It feels like the whole world is against me. Maybe it's not, but right now, it sure feels that way. I'll keep you guys updated. Hopefully, by the next time I post, things will look a little brighter. But for now, I'm just trying to survive. I don't even know where to start. Everything's just been a lot. I thought I'd be okay by now, but I feel like I'm stuck in this never-ending cycle of feeling hopeless and trying to claw my way out. There are moments when I think I'm doing better, and then something happens, and it all comes crashing down again. But I'm trying. I really am. So first, let me update you on the housing situation. It's been a little crazy, but things are moving forward. My personal advisor is working hard to get me on the social housing list. And honestly, it's the only thing keeping me grounded right now. They're going to help with rent, and they're even covering some of the costs for furniture when I finally get a place. I'm not exactly sure when it'll happen, but it's something to look forward to, even if it feels like a long way off. The one thing I know for sure is that I don't want to stay with the Peters. I can't keep living in this house, pretending like everything is fine. Every time I walk past their room, I feel this pit in my stomach. They kicked me out without a second thought, and now they expect me to act like everything is normal. It's like nothing happened, but something did happen, and I can't just forget that. At least the advisor has managed to get them to let me stay here until the end of August, which buys me a bit of time. I'm not sure what I'll do after that. I guess I'll just have to trust that the housing situation will work out. But until then, I'm just existing here. It's uncomfortable, and every day feels like I'm walking on eggshells. I can't shake the feeling that they're just counting down the days until I'm gone. It's like they want me out, but they don't know how to say it. And to make things even more complicated, Claire keeps calling me. I blocked her, but somehow she finds a way to reach me. Today, I got a message from her again, apologizing for everything, saying she didn't mean it, and begging me to forgive her. It's like she thinks everything is just going to go back to normal, But how can it? How can I just forget the way they treated me? How can I just move on like nothing happened? I won't lie. There are moments when I want to pick up the phone and hear her out. But then I remember the way they kicked me out without a second thought. And it makes me angry all over again. She was supposed to be my mom. She was supposed to be the person I could rely on. But when I needed her the most, she wasn't there. She's not even sorry for what happened. She's sorry for how it turned out, but not for the way she treated me. And I can't just let that slide. Then there's Jamie. I don't know what to do with that. He was my best friend, the one person I thought would understand what I was going through. But then he turned on me. He accused me of being ungrateful when I needed him the most. And I just couldn't believe it. It hurt more than I can put into words. We had an argument, a huge one, and I ended up blocking him. I feel like I'm just losing everyone around me. Maybe I overreacted, but I was so stressed, so emotionally drained from everything that was happening. He's the one person who should have been there for me, but instead, he made me feel like I was the problem. It's just so hard to wrap my head around it. I'm trying to keep my distance, but I don't want to lose him. I keep thinking that maybe once I've had some time to calm down, we can talk about it. But I don't know if I'm ready for that. I feel like there's just so much bitterness now, and I don't know how to fix it. I don't want to push him away for good, but I also don't want to let him walk all over me. I need him to understand what I'm going through, but I don't know if he ever will. Honestly, I don't know if I'm making the right decision by cutting off Claire completely. There's a part of me that feels like I'm being too harsh, but another part of me knows I can't let her back into my life. I've been thinking about it, and I just can't ignore what happened. She abandoned me when I needed her, and now she wants me to forgive her because she's sorry. That doesn't feel right to me. I've tried to block her and move on, but she keeps trying to reach out. She called again today, crying and apologizing. She says she regrets everything and that she never should have kicked me out. But I don't know if I can believe her anymore. I don't know if I even want to. I told her it was manipulative, and I hung up. But then she started texting me again. I blocked her, but now I feel guilty. I don't want to be the one who just cuts people off, but at the same time, I don't want to keep letting people hurt me. I need to put myself first for once. But that's hard to do when you've been taught your whole life that you have to be there for everyone else, even when they're not there for you. I don't know if I'm being too harsh, or if I'm just protecting myself. I wish I could make sense of all of this. Right now, I feel lost. I feel like I'm stuck in this weird place where everything is uncertain. The only thing that keeps me going is knowing that I'll eventually have a place of my own. The housing list is my lifeline, and I'm holding on to that hope. But it's hard not to feel like I'm just drifting. I can't get over the way I was treated, and I can't figure out what to do about Jamie or Claire. I feel like I'm losing control over everything, but I'm trying to keep moving forward. It's the only thing I can do. There's a part of me that still wants to fix everything, but another part knows that not everything can be fixed. Sometimes, you have to let go of the people who aren't good for you, even if it hurts. I just don't know if I'm ready for that yet. I'll keep you updated. Hopefully, things will start to make more sense soon. But for now, I'm just trying to survive and take things one step at a time.